My children, stop everything you are doing now, because we are on the threshold of December 18th, 2025. Only 2 days remain, and this is no ordinary warning. The Virgin Mary herself revealed that this date will initiate events capable of altering the destiny of millions of souls, and the question echoing in heaven at this moment is simple and terrifying at the same time. Are you among those who are preparing or among those who will be caught off guard? What will be revealed in the next few moments may determine whether your family will be enveloped by divine protection or exposed to what is approaching. Brothers and sisters in Christ, may the peace of the Lord reach your hearts on this decisive night. For my soul trembles as I transmit this urgent revelation entrusted by the Blessed Virgin Mary to her most faithful visionaries. Nothing happens by chance, and it is no coincidence that you are hearing this message precisely today, when the clock of heaven marks the last hours before the prophesied time. While millions sleep, unaware of what is approaching, you have been called to hear this sacred warning. The Heavenly Mother, in her infinite mercy, has chosen to prepare her most attentive children for the events that will transform humanity in just 48 hours. But before proceeding, it is essential that you understand something crucial. Remaining until the end of this message will not only open the way to the special protection promised by Our Lady, but will also reveal 3 undeniable signs that are already manifesting at this very moment in different parts of the world. May our Lord Jesus Christ be glorified, who in his infinite love sends us his blessed mother as a messenger of hope in such dark and trying times. What you will hear now is not just another message among many. This is the final warning before the great event of December 18th. Therefore, it is vital that you remain attentive until the last moment to understand how to protect your soul and the souls of those you love in these next decisive 48 hours. For the line between being prepared and being surprised may define the eternal destiny of your family. And if this call touches your heart, allow this light to reach other souls before it is too late. For the world seems to spin ever faster towards an uncertain outcome, and this is not imagination. The signs are scattered everywhere, visible only to those who keep their spiritual eyes open. There is something few know. In the last 3 weeks, more than 77 Marian apparitions have been reported almost simultaneously on different continents, from Medjugorje to Fatima, from Guadalupe to Quibijo. The visionaries received the same urgent message stating that the time of mercy is reaching its peak. Observe with spiritual attention and see how families are doing. As the temples empty while places of perdition fill up, as so many young people embrace darkness believing they are walking in the light, this mass turning away from God is not accidental. It prepares the ground for what is about to manifest itself. On November 3rd, the Virgin Mary shed tears of blood in the small chapel of St. Michael the Archangel in Córdoba, Argentina, a sign witnessed by Dona Carmen Rodriguez, a simple 73-year-old woman who had cared for that temple for 4 decades. She recounted, her voice trembling, that she had never felt so much fear and so much consolation at the same time. For at exactly 3:33 a.m., the image of Our Lady of Perpetual Help began to weep tears as red as the blood shed by her Son on Calvary. And the question that tears at the soul is why the Heavenly Mother weeps. The answer is capable of profoundly shaking your spirit. For exactly 7 days ago, while the world was distracted by empty festivities disguised as tradition, leaders of the most powerful nations, they met in secret not to discuss common politics, but to seal a pact of a spiritual nature. Leaked documents speak of a great transition scheduled to begin precisely on December 18th, and before mysteriously disappearing on November 5th, Father Antonio Martinez, the Vatican's official exorcist for 23 years, confessed with sorrow that he had seen things that no mortal should witness, stating that the forces of evil are organizing themselves as never before seen in the history of humanity. My children, listen with attentive hearts and awakened souls. I do not speak to frighten you, nor to disturb your nights, but to awaken you from the deep sleep in which many find themselves. There are moments in history when heaven allows certain dates to become inner milestones, not because something material should be feared, but because something spiritual is required. December 18th presents itself as a call, a sign for each conscience to be examined in the light of God. Many will remain distracted, preoccupied only with fleeting events, and therefore they will surprise not by punishment, but by their own fragility, which stems from their lack of preparation. And my children, what changes the world doesn't begin outside, but within. When the heart is not fixed on God, Any wind can knock it down. When faith is weak, hope is confused, and courage disappears. Therefore I tell you, those who seek God sincerely, who strengthen their inner life, who do not compromise the truth nor abandon good, these will remain standing. Not because they are stronger in themselves, but because they chose to lean on the rock that does not move. And do not wait for grandiose signs in human eyes to then believe. The greatest sign is the call that now touches your conscience. It is time to strengthen your faith, to straighten your paths, to abandon what separates you from God, and to embrace what makes you more human, more just, more steadfast. Many will be caught off guard because they live as if tomorrow were guaranteed. But those who live each day in the presence of God walk with serenity, even when they don't understand everything. My children, be strong, be brave, not with the strength of pride, but with the courage that comes from trust in God. True preparation lies not in fear, but in faithfulness. It lies not in anxiety, but in constancy. Those who remain in God do not despair when times change, for they know in whom they have placed their hope. I lead you as a mother, not to despair, but to firmness. May this call find you awake, vigilant, and full of light. Walk with God, remain in Him, and nothing will be lacking, even when many around you do not understand what is happening. I do not speak to create alarm or to fuel the unrest of hearts, but to lead you to a deeper awareness of the time in which you live. There are days when heaven allows the human soul to be more strongly touched. These days become invitations to inner conversion, to true change, to the firm decision to walk with God. December 18th presents itself as one of these calls, not as a threat, but as a mirror. Many will look and not recognize their own fragility, while others, already prepared, will remain firm. My children, the world changes when hearts no longer want to hear the truth. The world transforms when faith is set aside, when God is only remembered in moments of pain, but forgotten in daily choices. Many will be caught by surprise because they trusted only in their own strength, in their human securities, in empty promises that do not sustain the soul. When the inner ground is not strengthened, any shock becomes too great. Therefore I tell you, prepare yourselves in the silence of your hearts. Prepare yourselves by strengthening your spiritual life, your conscience, your sincere relationship with God. This is not about fear of what is to come, but about spiritual maturity to overcome any time. Those who walk with God do not panic when everything seems uncertain, for they know that there is a higher order guiding each step, even when human eyes cannot see it. My children, many speak of strength, but few understand where it is born. True strength does not come from control, nor from imposition, nor from hardness of heart. It is born from trust in God, from the humility to recognize that without Him nothing can stand. Those who turn to God with sincerity become firmer, more lucid, more stable, even amidst the world's confusion. There will be those who despair, who feel lost, who seek answers outside, when all they needed was to strengthen their inner selves. But you, my children, are called to be different. You are called to be light where there is confusion, calm where there is agitation, hope where many have already given up. This requires courage, it requires renunciation, it requires decision. One cannot serve God halfway and expect to remain standing when times demand firmness. I ask you, be brave. Not the bravery that shouts, but the bravery that remains faithful in silence. Not the bravery that accuses, but the bravery that loves even when misunderstood. Be strong not in pride, but in constancy. The heart that perseveres in God is not easily shaken, for it has learned to trust beyond circumstances. My children, do not postpone your inner change waiting for external signs. The greatest sign is already given to you now, this call that touches your conscience. Each day is an opportunity to return to God, to purify intentions, to strengthen faith, to align life with that which is eternal. Whoever lives like this will not be caught by surprise, for they have already chosen to be vigilant. Walk with God, remain in Him, and even if the world transforms, your soul will remain at peace. I accompany you as a mother. I sustain you with my love, and I always lead you closer to God. Be strong, be firm, be brave. My beloved children, I speak to you with the heart of a mother who observes the pain of humanity and, at the same time, never loses hope. The world has sunk into wars, deep divisions, and destruction that not only affects cities and nations, but wounds hearts above all. Where there should be dialogue, hatred grows. Where there should be respect, indifference takes hold. Where God should be sought, many have turned away from him, believing they could walk alone. My children, the wars you see outside reflect the wars that many carry within. Hardened hearts breed violent hands. Empty souls build paths of destruction. Therefore, I tell you, do not look only at the conflicts of the world, but also look into the interior of your lives. The conversion to which you are called is not merely an external gesture, but a profound change of thought, attitudes, and daily choices. I call you to conversion because only a converted heart is capable of resisting evil without becoming like it. Evil is not overcome with more hatred, nor with revenge, nor with contempt. He weakens when he encounters souls firm in faith, constant in goodness, and determined to live according to God's truth, even when it demands sacrifice. My children, many have lost faith in the face of suffering, asking where God is amidst so much pain. I tell you, God does not abandon his children, but respects human freedom. When man chooses paths far from love, he reaps the consequences of that distance. Even so, heaven does not close. Mercy remains open to all who wish to return. To have faith, my children, is not to deny the harsh reality of the world, but to traverse it with eyes turned towards God. Faith does not eliminate trials, but sustains the soul so that it does not crumble. Faith makes you stronger, more lucid, more capable of choosing good even when evil seems to dominate. I call you to be living signs of hope amidst destruction. Where there is war, be instruments of peace. Where there is hatred, choose forgiveness. Where there is falsehood, remain in truth. This requires courage, for the world often rejects those who do not conform to its violence. But remember, those who remain in God do not walk alone. My children, do not become accustomed to the world's pain as if it were normal. Do not allow violence to become commonplace in your hearts. Preserve sensitivity, compassion, and the sincere desire for a world reconciled with God. Conversion begins when you recognize that you need him every day, not just in moments of despair. The world has been sinking into wars and destruction, not only in the visible battles between nations, but also in the silent battles that tear homes apart, divide families, and harden hearts. The cry of humanity rises to heaven, and many no longer know where to turn, for they have turned away from the source that could restore their peace. My children, when God is removed from the center of life, man loses his direction. Without God, power becomes domination, strength becomes violence, difference becomes a reason for hatred. The wars we witness today are the fruits of hearts that have ceased to love, to listen, to respect. Therefore, I tell you, do not think that conversion is only for some. You are all called, without exception, to turn your hearts back to God. Conversion does not begin with speeches, but in inner silence. It is born when you recognize your own failings, when you let go of pride and allow God to transform what is broken within you. A wounded world can only be healed by hearts that allow themselves to be healed first. Do not expect peace to come from outside if anger, resentment, and indifference still dwell within you. My children, I call you to faith because only faith sustains the soul when everything seems to crumble. Faith is not an escape from reality, but the strength to face it without losing hope. Those who have faith do not allow themselves to be dominated by despair, nor do they surrender to the hatred that the world tries to sow. Faith reminds you that God continues to act, even when the noise of destruction tries to drown out his voice. Faced with all the evil that spreads, you are called to choose which side you want to be on. It is not enough to lament wars. It is necessary not to fuel violence with words, attitudes, and choices. Every gesture of love, every just decision, every renunciation of hatred weakens evil and strengthens good. The world does not change only with great actions, but with small fidelities lived every day. My children, many have lost sensitivity to the suffering of others. They have become accustomed to seeing pain as something distant, as if it did not concern them. But I tell you, when one child suffers, all of humanity suffers. Do not harden your hearts. Preserve compassion, mercy, and a sincere desire for peace. These virtues are signs of a heart that still belongs to God. I call you to be light in the midst of darkness, not with violence, but with firmness, not with fear, but with confidence. Evil feeds on despair, but weakens before souls that remain faithful. Even in difficult times, do not abandon faith. Do not silence your conscience. Do not compromise the truth to please the world. My children, return to God while there is still time. Return with simplicity, with humility, with a sincere desire to change. Heaven never tires of calling, of waiting, of welcoming. As long as there is a heart willing to convert, hope remains alive. Come and seek my presence, not as one who seeks a momentary refuge, but as one who desires to remain under constant care. Many walk alone, carrying burdens not meant for their shoulders, facing battles in silence, unaware that heaven has never abandoned them. Seek my presence with open hearts, with humility and trust. I do not come to replace God in your lives, but to lead you to Him. My mission has always been to guide my children to the path of truth, light, and peace. When you approach me with sincerity, I envelop you with my maternal care and help you see more clearly what previously seemed confusing. My children, there are many dangers you do not see, evils that do not present themselves visibly, but that weaken the soul, steal hope, and harden the heart. I help you recognize these paths and turn away from them. When you trust, when you allow yourselves to be guided, I help you to rise, to strengthen yourselves, and not to fall again into the same abysses. I will deliver you from all evil that tries to separate you from God, not because you are strong alone, but because you are loved. My care is not made of empty promises, but of constant presence. Even when you stumble, even when you feel unworthy or tired, I remain by your side, sustaining you so that you do not give up the journey. My children, many blessings long to reach your lives, but they find doors closed by fear, distrust, or lack of surrender. Open your hearts. Allow God's grace to find space in your daily lives. Blessings are not only what the world sees, but also the peace that settles in the soul, the strength to continue, the light to decide correctly, and serenity amidst trials. Seeking my presence is choosing to live with more faith, more sensitivity, and more love. It is allowing the heart to be shaped by mercy, patience, and hope. Where my presence is welcomed, despair loses its power, evil does not take root, and the soul find rest. My children, do not be afraid to approach me. I know you. I know your pains, your struggles, and your silences. Nothing that you are distances me. On the contrary, all of this moves me to care for you even more. Walk with me, trust, persevere. Under my maternal care, you will find protection, guidance, and blessings that will strengthen your lives and lead you ever closer to God. My beloved children, I approach you with a love that never tires, with a presence that never abandons, and with a care that pierces your most hidden sorrows. Come and seek my presence, not with fleeting curiosity, but with the sincere desire to be supported, guided, and strengthened. Many seek answers in so many places and remain empty because they have not learned to rest their hearts in the care of heaven. When I invite you to seek my presence, I invite you to enter a path of trust. I welcome you as you are, with your frailties, your fears, and your falls. I do not demand perfection to love you. I only ask for a heart willing to be cared for. My presence is shelter for the weary, light for the confused, and comfort for those who no longer find words to pray. My children, there are evils that haunt the human heart. Hopelessness, deep sadness, paralyzing discouragement, pride that distances us from God, indifference that hardens the soul. Many of these evils make no noise, but silently steal peace. When you approach me with confidence, I help you recognize these dangers and prevent them from taking root in your lives. Do not walk alone when heaven offers you help. I deliver you from all evil that separates you from God, not by human force, but by the grace that intercedes, guides, and protects. My care is not magical nor immediate in the eyes of the world, but it is constant, faithful, and profound. Sometimes I deliver you by steering you away from paths that seemed good, other times by strengthening you to overcome trials without losing faith. In everything, my desire is to lead you to a full life in God. My children, how many blessings await only an open heart to flourish. Blessings are not only what can be touched or measured. They are the peace that is born in the midst of the storm, the clarity in difficult decisions, the strength to forgive when the heart is wounded, the hope that endures when all seems lost. These blessings descend when you learn to trust and surrender. Seeking my presence is choosing a more conscious, more vigilant life, more united with God. It is allowing love to replace fear, faith to overcome anxiety, and hope to silence despair. Where I am welcomed as a mother, the heart learns to wait, to persevere, and not to give up, even when answers seem delayed. My children, do not think that you are too small to receive the care of heaven. Each of you is precious, known by name and loved deeply. I see tears that no one sees, struggles that no one understands, and weariness that you try to hide. None of this distances me. All of this brings me even closer to you. Come, seek my presence with simplicity and constancy, not only in moments of pain, but also in ordinary days, in small choices, in the silences of the soul. Walk with me, let yourselves be guided, trust. Under my maternal care, you will find protection against evil, strength to persevere, and blessings that, little by little, will transform your lives and lead you ever closer to the heart of God. Pray the Holy Rosary. It is a simple and powerful path that I place in your hands as a mother. Each bead is a step of trust. Each mystery is a school of love, surrender, and fidelity. While you pray the Rosary, you learn to see life with God's eyes, to endure trials with more serenity, and not to lose hope in the face of difficulties. My children, the Rosary is protection because it leads the heart to the presence of God. Where there is sincere prayer, evil loses strength, confusion dissipates, and peace finds space to dwell. Not because you are strong in yourselves, but because you choose to remain united to grace. The Rosary envelopes you like a spiritual mantle that guards your steps, your families, and your choices. Pray on good days and on difficult days. Pray when you are strong and also when you feel weak. Do not wait to understand everything before praying. Pray to learn to trust. Constancy in prayer will make you stronger, more vigilant, and more sensitive to God's voice in your lives. My children, many seek protection in so many fleeting things and forget the strength that comes from faith lived with simplicity. The Rosary teaches you to persevere, to surrender what you cannot control, and to rest your hearts in God. It forms you inwardly, strengthens hope, and prepares your soul to endure any time. Have faith and pray, my children. Do not abandon this path. I walk with you, I intercede for you, and I always lead you closer to God. Remain in prayer, and you will find protection, peace, and strength to continue, even when the path seems difficult. My beloved children, listen to me with open hearts and souls ready to trust. Have faith, my children, because faith is the first step to remaining standing in difficult times. Without faith, the heart is easily lost. With faith, even wounded, it continues walking. Do not allow discouragement, haste, or the noise of the world to silence the trust you should have in God. I call you to constant prayer, not as an empty habit, but as a living encounter. Pray, my children, because prayer strengthens where human strength no longer reaches. When you pray, your soul is elevated, your thoughts are organized, and your heart finds rest. Even when you feel nothing, even when prayer seems heavy, it continues to act silently within you. Pray the Holy Rosary with love and perseverance. It is a gift I offer you as a mother, a simple path for the little ones and profound for those who wish to grow spiritually. Each mystery of the Rosary teaches you to trust in God in joys, to remain steadfast in sorrows, and to wait patiently in difficulties. By meditating on the life of Christ, you learn to live with more faith, more humility, and more surrender. My children, the rosary is protection because it keeps the heart vigilant. A heart that prays is not easily overcome by fear, confusion, or hatred. Where the rosary is praying with sincerity, peace finds its place, decisions become more conscious, and evil loses its power. Not because all trials disappear, but because the soul becomes stronger to overcome them. Pray for yourselves, pray for your families, pray for those who have lost faith and for those who walk without hope. Many battles are won in the silence of prayer even before they manifest in life. Do not underestimate the power of a rosary prayed with love, even amidst distractions, weariness, and tears. Heaven welcomes every sincere effort.